Utilizing additional resources. Hi, I'm Craig Duck, President and Missionary of the Fellowship of Christian Firefighters, here with another Filling the Tank episode, and today we're going to talk about utilizing additional resources. It is important on the fire ground or any other emergency to make sure you have enough personnel to be able to take care of the emergency. It's simple logic. But a lot of times we in the fire service, we want to be able to say we can handle it ourselves. I remember dreaming always of going to an emergency by myself and being able to put the fire out. Maybe I was taking the apparatus to the apparatus division to get fixed and to come across the working fire and be able to put the pump in and stretch the line and put the fire out myself. But truth be told, it takes a whole team. We know that. And there's different assignments that need to be done to do it safely. You need at least 2 people to be able to go inside, and so there's a lot of people. Well, some folks just don't have those resources. I know New York City just had a big 5th or 6th alarm fire in Queens, and the news agency was reporting that they had 400 firefighters on the scene. Wouldn't we love all to have that? But that's just not available, especially in the volunteer world. You might be in a rural place in America, and you'll be lucky to have 3 people show up on a reported structure fire during the daytime. So it is important that we have the additional resources that are available, and so you want to call early. You want to make sure that you get them going there. Don't start asking for things before you get on the scene. A wise old lieutenant once told me, when you're giving your size up, say what you see, not what you think you see. So, as you're going down the road to the emergency and thinking of all the possibilities in your size up, that's not the time to be calling for the resources. But you do want to get ahead of the game. You do want to make sure that what you need to put that fire out or to take care of that emergency is en route, is getting there, and that you can take advantage of those additional resources to be able to handle the emergency. A battalion chief that I used to work for, he always did a CAN report, and he was all the time asking, what do you need? A CAN report is simply, after 10-15 minutes and there's no radio talk, he would ask for this CAN report, and I was supposed to give what are the conditions right now, what are our actions that we're doing, and what do we need. And so that need is, what is it going to take? Is your one hand line not putting a fire out? Then he'll call for a second hand line. Is ventilation a problem and you can't get it to the seat of the fire? Then he'll ventilate. Do you need more help? Does he need to strike a second alarm? Get more resources coming to that scene, and so it's important to do that. When we think of other emergencies here in Southern Virginia, we don't have a hazmat team in Mecklenburg County, and so we have hazmat trailers, and we have a little bit of stuff here or there. We have some folks that are trained in it, but we don't have a dedicated hazmat unit. So if you get an incident like that tanker, that truck that rolled over in North Carolina early this morning, and you need a hazmat team to mitigate that situation, we're going to have to call early. We're going to have to get those resources coming because they got to come from Danville. That's an hour and 15 minutes away, and that's just travel time, let alone setting it up so that our communications can call the city of Danville and get that regional task force coming our way. And so it is important that you have these resources available, you utilize them, and that you take care of the situation. Don't get behind the 8 ball, right? If you need water, call for water, call for more tankers, whatever the case is going to be, more firefighters, more whatever. Don't be scared to have additional resources moving to the scene to be able to take care of the problem. So what does calling for additional resources have to do with filling the tank and studying our Bible? It has a lot to do with it. Remember, last episode we looked at 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And that first word, study, some translations say be diligent. Work hard at. it takes effort. We just don't get saved and all of a sudden we're filled with all this biblical knowledge. No, we need to study our Bibles, and that is the primary focus of this series, is to get firefighters and first responders into their Bibles, studying it regularly. And so we're going to be looking at some of the Bible studies that the fellowship has developed that you could take to your station and you could do with another firefighter, or you could do just simply by yourself before going to bed or at some time. So additional resources. All right, the Bible is the inspired Word of God, and so there is no error in it, and it is just as relevant to us today as it was when it was written. And we can get a lot of information as Christian firefighters and first responders to be able to take back to our departments, be able to be a better firefighter, a better police officer, a better EMT or paramedic, whatever the case may be. And so there's a lot of wisdom that is contained in there that help us to achieve that goal of being the best firefighter that we can. And so we want to study it. But there are times that we just don't get it. It's difficult to. I know there's been theologians, there's been folks that go to college and seminary and they debate and they talk, and so some of the stuff of the Bible is very very high and hard to understand. Other things are very simple and a child could understand it when you do it. And that's what I love about Jesus. When he walked on this earth and he was giving us information, and he was teaching us about God and how to have a true faith, and one that is pleasing to God, and have this relationship with the God that created the world. And so he would break it down into simple things that people could understand, simple analogies, simple short stories. And so that's why it is important when we're studying our Bibles that we get help from other places besides the Bible itself. These additional resources, we call them commentaries, or there might be stories or articles. Now in today's market, with all these online platforms, you really got to watch where you're getting your information from, because the information is all over the place, and people are given misinformation, so you got to be really good. So commentaries are the way to go. You can get one. Somebody asked me once, what's the best commentary to get? It's the one that you're going to use, and it's going to help you understand the Bible better. And that's the purpose of it. It doesn't proclaim any more truth. It just helps us to understand the truth better. We're doing a Bible series. You're more than welcome to jump in. We're almost halfway through, but on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we study Revelations. So I have a commentary on the book of Revelations, just one whole thing that goes verse by verse, helps us to understand. In fact, Revelation is one of those deep books that are difficult. So we have another commentary by John Corson. My son turned me on to this. This is a very good one. This is of all the Bible, right? But Revelation is a part of that. And that's what these commentaries do. Go verse by verse, help us to understand the things that the Bible is trying to talk about. Because when you're reading some of these verses, they can be difficult, and we may not fully understand them. A good commentary, a good additional resource will help you to fully understand that. And when you're going deeper, I have another one. One of my favorites is, it's difficult for me, Matthew Henry. Matthew Henry is an older scholar, way back in the day, before any of us were even thought of. And Matthew Henry's commentary, I can only read little chunks because it is so deep and so difficult to understand. But when you go through that and you take the time and energy to look through that, he has a lot of good information that will help us to better understand the subject. A lot of Bibles out there today have it. So this is a Stanley Bible, and so there's nice stories, there's nice little things down at the bottom of our Bible, so that we can read, on a specific verse, and what does that mean to Stanley. And so there's all these resources that are available for Christian firefighters to get into study. Again, I'm not a proponent that we should just be studying our Bibles on Sunday. right? That's the day that we come together and we worship God together. But it is not the only day that we should be in the Word. We should be daily. You should be reading daily devotions. The Fellowship of Christian Firefighters puts one out. You can go to our website and pull that off, www.Fellowship of Christian Firefighters, or they're on the app Christian Firefighter Hub. No, CF, yes, right, Christian Firefighter Hub. Or you can get it on our Facebook page, and you can get a daily devotion. And in that devotion, it has a section of the Bible to read, what the verse that pertains to it, a nice fire story, and then how does that relate to the verse that we talked about. So another just resource that you can use. Or you can go to the website and pull off Bible studies. When we start filling our tank with these Bible studies, that's how we're going to do it. Is I'm going to pull one of our Bible studies and we'll talk about it. And so it's not to be the whole study. It's just to get you excited about getting into that study. Again, just another resource, additional resource to help us grow in our faith and help us to be pleasing to God. And so a pro tip from the Fellowship of Christian Firefighters: if you're going to get a good resource, if you're going to get a good commentary, get one that you easily can understand, that speaks to your type of thinking, and one that you're going to open up and read every day. All right, thanks for watching. We really appreciate you tuning in to this new series, Filling the Tank. Hey, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up so that we know people are actually watching it. Or leave a comment down below. What's a Bible study you want us to discuss on filling the tank? Because we need to get these Bible studies in our brains. We need to grow in our faith. So leave me a comment. What would you like to do? And we'll go over it. These are coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. And again, it's encouraged to help you grow in your faith. Again, I gave you the website and the app for all of our resources, Bible studies, articles, daily devotions, verses, everything for the Christian firefighter to grow in their faith. So thanks again for watching, and may God continue to bless you as you daily walk with Him.